Hey, I've got a dream. I've got a dream of building not only a treehouse, but a cable slide, or we'll call it a canopy tour. And I've started the job. I started off by building this small platform up in the woods on my property. And, well, I'll tell you a little bit about it here, but come on along with me up into what I've got done so far. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. My son and I have been working on it for a while here. We just kind of pick at it a little bit here, a little bit there. I think it's someplace I got to figure out a way of covering it up so I can make it more of a waterproof environment. But for now, this is where we're at. So check this out. This is a beautiful place. I love it up here. I like just going up here and hanging out. I was up there the other night. It was just amazing. You know, my son and I built a tree platform earlier this year, and I find a lot of enjoyment just coming up here. For one, you know, I like getting up in the trees, but it gives me kind of a private spot to go check out the upper canopy. But it's in a really, really amazing old oak tree. It's one of the largest canyon live oaks I've ever seen. It's just an enormous tree. Let me flip this around, see if I can show you what it looks like. Here we got the upper canopy of this tree, and it's got a lot of problems. And up where my platform is, there's quite a significant decay pocket. And if you look down the trunk here, let's see if I can do this without dropping the camera. Oh, look at all that decay. This thing was hit by lightning or something happened a long time ago. I mean, maybe hundreds of years ago. I don't know how old this tree is, but it's huge. It must be, 10 feet across at the base. Just a magnificent old tree. And as long as it's here, I'm going to enjoy it and pay attention to it. The platform that I've got, it is attached to the tree, but the weight of it is on this fir tree that was felled, and it was an inadvertent drop that should have gone on the road over there. But this is my property, and one of my guys dropped it and didn't quite judge it correctly up there and hit up there and slid down, lodged in this main crotch. So I was irritated at first, but I decided, well, let's make something positive out of this. So I cut the flat of this big fir log off on the top and constructed this platform, complete with rails, and still got a long ways to go. And I've got a dream here. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to get my son to help me. I'm going to need about 200 feet of cable. As you can see way out over there, there's an enormous fir tree. It doesn't look big from here, but it's well over 120, 130 feet tall. But it has the most incredible view of the valley out there, the Santa Clara Valley. Now what I want to do is I want to make a kind of a canopy tour line over there. I want to get something that I can clip a pulley into and pull myself across. I don't want it to be like a high-speed zip line that you shoot through the trees. I want to slowly work my way over so I can kind of cut a hole through the canopy and kind of work my way over and maybe build another platform out there. I think that'd make a really cool destination. So that's in the plans, but in the meantime, I've got this deck that I've built up here, and I planned a launch spot right here. I've got just a piece of rope there just to keep it a little bit safer. And right now I'm about 25 feet or so off the ground. And you can see it's a neat little outcropping here. I've got the woods all the way up and around me. I've got a madrone forest around me, which is just an absolutely beautiful tree. Kids call these a refrigerator tree because if you get hold of the smooth bark, it's really, really cold even in the summertime. It's an evergreen tree. It's in the Arborist family. It's just a magnificent tree with an incredible amount of twisting, gnarly trunks, and it's just got such character. Makes a great firewood. There's a lot of dead ones on my property, so I utilize that quite a bit for firewood. But I wanted to show you something that I've been paying attention to. This big old cavity on this tree is quite significant. And there's a lot of ants up in here, so I have to kind of be wary of them. I don't want to agitate them. But inside this cavity here, if you look real close, you can see what appears to me to be a burn scar. Can you see that? Let's get a little bit closer. That tells me that a long time ago there was a fire out here. And it's very, very possible that that fire got started, maybe it was a forest fire. I know there was a big fire about 80 years ago that burned down the whole forest, and some of the really old significant trees can still show fire scars. But I'll bet you there was a smoldering that got inside of this tree, and this chimney burned, and it just kept burning and burning and burning and burning, and finally I guess it went out. That's my best guess. Or it's possible that it could have been a lightning strike that started a fire down inside of a hollow, and it kind of smoldered away for a long time. I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but who knows? But I like looking at these situations and try to figure them out. And this one, you know, a lot of people look at this and they say, well, that's a crazy place to have a treehouse. That's an absolutely insane place to set a platform. But all of the weight is situated on this big trunk here on the fallen fir tree, and I've got it just stabilized on this tree down here. I did find some solid wood on both sides, but I know someday it's going to fall down. But you know what? I just won't be up here in a storm. Yeah, time to get down. There she is. Isn't that an incredible tree?